All right. I want you to name one nice thing about Gen Z.
I gotta say they got good food and like cuisine ideas as far as fusion and stuff. I think a lot of the new restaurants that are coming out are actually being set up by Gen Z people.
Okay. Okay. That
Aren't
was
they?
no, babe. Why? I'm gonna send a copy of this to you, Liliamando. I'm okay. This is the shit that I want you guys to know that we ran through this. He's had 40 minutes to think of something, and apps and good cuisine is what he came up with. He thinks that a destructive new nudes is great cuisine.
Well, you
Okay,
one
do
good
you
thing.
want to ask me the question? Let's just reverse everything.
Okay,
Just
okay,
ask me the
okay.
damn question.
Yeah, you
Jesus
do. Yeah,
Christ.
you do. All right.
This is okay. Come on,
All
because
right.
now you gotta.
All right. All right. 3, 2, and 1. All right. You know what? I want you to tell me.
Come on. No, come on. Come on, come on, come on.
3,
No,
2,
just okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Guys, okay.
I want you
Okay.
to tell me one nice thing about Gen Z people.
I will say that I think they learn by watching us, realizing that corporate America and all of that normal success bullshit is not real.
Wait, is that a nice thing?
Yeah, that is a nice thing because they are more secure with being like, these are my rights, and like,
Okay.
kind of like, they like all these people who are putting their firings online, and it's like, I would never do that.
So they're saying they're ballsy.
Yeah, they're ballsy. I
Okay.
mean, a part of me is always like, please don't do that. That lasts forever.
Well,
But then the other part is like, yeah, fuck yeah.
that was kind of my answer too.
No, that
So,
wasn't. Oh my
hi
god.
guys, welcome
What's
to
up,
Bubble Bath
everybody?
Stories.
I can't believe that took way longer than it needed to.
It took 4 minutes. We're already 4 minutes in.
Are we keeping that?
No.
I think we should. Okay, you guys, you can see the bloopers on our stories. What's up, everyone? I'm Nicky Trendz,
I'm Manny Oso.
and you're listening to your favorite 15-minute podcast.
I was trying really hard to say something nice about Gen Z people, right? I say, and it's not that I got like only mean things to say about them. It's just when put under the spotlight, it was like, I guess, wow, I guess I like all people.
Okay, so I'm sure you're wondering what Mandy is blabbering about. This week, unless you have been living under a rock, okay, you literally would have to be living under a rock in Mars
Yeah.
to not know about the beef between, well, the one-sided beef between Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj.
One-sided is definitely a good choice of words too.
You get hey, by the time this airs, you
That
guys will
song.
have tired of hearing about it. So we're just gonna give you the bullet points, right? Here's
Well, what is it? Hiss, right?
yes, we're just giving bullet points,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so you guys know that Nicki Minaj has turned out to be a longtime hater of all the new rap girlies,
Mhm.
and so Megan Thee Stallion came out with her song "Hiss," and basically it's a really good song, and it's very clever lyrics where she names no names, and yet Nicki went on like what allegedly what could be a questionable
Rant.
infueled rant,
Yeah.
uh, basically making herself guilty of everything that Megan basically said without naming her.
I mean, and a lot of opinions making herself look really vulnerable.
Oh my, vulnerable. She R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. You're done.
I think you're right. By now, everyone's had a chance to hear the song and to hear the clapback that Nikki tried doing.
Oh yes,
Was she went on the Breakfast Club or where'd she go?
who?
Well, Nikki.
No,
She
we
went
don't.
on some radio show to
Did she? Oh no,
yeah,
she was on live.
on live. Okay.
She was doing like a bunch of Twitter space. Anyway, you guys can look it up. It's really not interesting.
Yeah.
It's just sad, actually.
What it brought us to though is the whole notion of
Why older generations be hating?
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Why they be hating? Okay, in my opinion, I feel like had Nicki really had a legacy,
Mhm.
because she has no legacy. Her legacy will always be that she was a hater and these infueled rants and
Yeah.
all that. That's now her legacy, unfortunately. And none of like we could have avoided all that had she been more welcoming and wasn't didn't have like such a hard on for these girls to like bow down before her.
Yeah.
It's like why you want that? They've already applauded you. They've given you flowers. They said what an inspiration you are.
And she like backtracks a lot of this stuff. Like she'll say things like she'll release a diss song, right? And then she'll go on an interview and say things like, "Oh, but I asked people to leave me out of that because I'm a mother now. I'm a wife." But she'll release a diss song,
Oh, but no, but who said it was a diss?
right?
That's literally what she told the internet.
So it's like, so you're right. It's like why be such a hater on the next generation?
Yes.
You should be wanting to help them.
Yes. And to be honest with you, that's what mostly upset me. It was like how bad it makes us older millennials look.
Yeah.
Right. Because here again was an opportunity. Like when Cardi B came out, I was like, oh my God, like Nicki and Cardi are gonna go on tour. I was just like, oh my God, the summer's for the ladies. This is gonna be it. And instead, they got into a fist fight at
Yeah.
New York Fashion Weekend or the Mega. It was like one of those fancy white people events.
Yeah.
What? You would never like guys aren't doing that. I also hate when society pins female rappers against each other because there's not a lot of them. And I think to do that is just dumb. And I think it's even stupider when they fall
When
into
they
it.
play to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's dumb.
There's no point in it. Like why you would think that female artists would band together more.
Yeah. But like society and their teams, because there could only be one,
There can only be one.
which is stupid.
The thing that brought us to talking about it is just the whole notion of helping out the next generation instead of dissing on them. When you're at work and stuff, are you open to helping younger people out more, or are you more like, can't they just learn how to do it?
Here's the thing. Remember, because we were talking about this, we were
Yeah.
discussing the episode, and I was telling you I had a couple of theories that I was saving.
Mhm.
And one of the theories was that I'm actually grateful that I have older siblings and younger siblings because it kind of shows you who has to pave the way
Yeah.
and how you have to also help pay it forward.
Yeah.
And like I feel like it also helps you understand why people do what they do.
Definitely.
And so let's take that into generational talk, right? Like boomers are haters. They're known for that. It's kind of sucks. Like they're haters. And the what is it? Generation X?
Gen X, yeah.
Gen X is starting to become like the baby
It's
boomers.
we actually had a graph we found, right? So let me see. It's
Well, so why are you looking for that? So
yeah.
Gen X, they're becoming like the baby boomers, hating. And I don't want to be a hater. I don't want to be a hater.
Here it is.
All right. Oh, I don't have my glasses on. Okay, so where are we going? Okay, the silent error. Okay.
The silent generation. That was 45.
It's baby boomers. Generation X is 1965 to 1980. Millennials are and Gen Y. Ew, I don't like that. Can we just be millennials?
Yeah.
Are 1981 to 96, and then Zoomers, Generation Z, 97 to 2012, and then Generation Alpha is 2010s to mid 20s.
Alpha does alpha mean that they're better? The best generation?
Oh, I don't know. Are those the ones who eat Tide Pods?
I think it's pretty important to help the next generation that's coming in.
Oh wait, I
Whether
wasn't done. I
oh
wasn't done. You totally interrupted me. So what I was saying is that it like I don't want to be a hater, but also I understand why people get pissed off at younger people now that I'm old.
oh definitely.
And I catch myself and I go, I don't want to be like that, but that doesn't make any sense. You
Yeah.
shouldn't do that way. But then sometimes it works. All our lives we were told you can't play video games for a living. And then look what the little bastards did. They turned playing video games into a multi-million-dollar career.
Every generation suffers from something that their parent that
Hateration.
yeah, yeah.
Hateration. A
That
dose of
from something
hateration.
that, like, their parents or the generation before them was going through,
Yeah.
so like in the 80s, the people that were growing up as teenagers, then all their parents were working in the factories and everything, and so since there was not a lot of supervision at home, that's why they say that people like Jeffrey Dahmer came up,
What are you talking
Be-
about?
so what I'm saying is, like, each generation should definitely be there and help the next one, because we're all going through our own stuff, right?
Yeah. Is that a question or is that your opinion?
In my opinion.
That was a weird state. Do you want to run that back? That was actually
Okay.
weird. I
Okay.
think you like lost it. Do
Okay.
you want to start that again? Oh my god, we've had such the giggles. I can't even. Um, so I'm gonna bring this together. We're gonna bring it.
Okay. Okay.
Get it together, okay?
It's definitely important to help out the generation that's coming after you.
I do say that there are some things that people who are older than me that find offensive that I don't. For instance, I'm not as judgy if someone's like, I got an OnlyFans.
Hmm.
Like, I'm asking questions. I want to know, like, how do you do it? Like, what is it like? Like, tell me everything. Somebody maybe older than us in the next generation would be, oh my God, like worried about them. Da, da, da. But in my mind, I'm like, OnlyFans is probably safer than actual prostitution that was happening during your time.
I think I'm like a little more extreme about it. I'm more like, why aren't you doing OnlyFans? I'm like, look at me. I'm 37. Like, I'm not at that point. Nobody wants to see my toes. But when I see like 21-year-olds who still have time with their youth and their beauty, and they're working like behind the counter, I'm like, what is what is stopping? Where's that tipping point? What's stopping you? Because I'd be doing it at this point if I
I
was
mean,
21.
yeah, right. And sometimes I think about it and I go,
Like, what's stopping you?
would I have stripped? And I think it's like being raised a certain way just kind of gives you a shame about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But sometimes I'm like, yo, if I was 21 right now, yeah, I don't know that I can't confidently say I wouldn't dabble. Like, for instance, in my youth, I might have filled out a, a sugar baby application. I was bored and I was like, fuck it. What is the harm, right? I got no hits. I'm offended. And then I realized maybe I'm aged out of it.
I was a little overconfident and thought I could just donate sperm. Turns out
You did?
no. Turns out there's many qualifications that must be met in order to just donate sperm. They're not just looking for anybody to jizz in a cup. In fact, those are the people they don't want.
I just think like for me, I know that we rag on Gen Z a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like all these TikToks coming out about how they didn't realize how do you work 40 hours and live life and enjoy. I'm like, what were your parents doing the whole time?
Yeah.
Like, why is that? Why are you crying? Like, why is that new to you?
I'll hand it to Gen Z. Gen Z folks are really coming up with the best ways to make money while at home.
Not only
You
that, they
know,
have to do so much
like,
more.
they're really flipping the legitimate make money at home stuff and the scams. They're the ones that are coming up with the actual $1 million scams. So on each end of the
Wait, what
spectrum,
$1 million
so like
scams?
if you watch like that show on that we saw on Max, Generation Hustle,
Oh yes.
you know.
Okay, yeah.
So like
They're kind of crazy.
yeah, so like on each end of the money making spectrum, they're the ones that are innovating things, you know.
Yes, yes. And I feel like and with that being said, I feel like us as the older generation should just let them have their like when I hear about older rappers,
Hmm.
musicians or whatever are who are offended because a younger rapper doesn't have
Doesn't give them their
or
props.
no, it doesn't have Tupac or Biggie in their top 5.
Yeah.
Like, why are you offended? This child, this child's parents is probably what the same age as us. So what were they probably? They were probably listening to like Dipset and things of that era. So they really probably didn't have much exposure, if any, to the people who you grew up in the industry with. So why are
Yeah.
you upset? Why?
I think a lot of people who also say that have never really listened to the full album for Biggie or Tupac. Probably they just know the radio hits.
Yeah, sometimes that is the case.
And
Real hip
and
hop heads
and
know.
then to that I would say, how often do you hear that Biggie and Tupac actually played on the radio? Unless you're like listening to a New York radio station,
Oh, that's true.
you
Oh,
know?
worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
it's like, why do you still expect that to be on people's Mount Rushmore?
so like the other thing that bothered me about this Nicki thing, it's I wasn't a fan of her. If you fucking come for us, we will find you.
Oh my gosh. Where's the sign?
Trigger warning. I don't
We don't
know.
want the sign.
Yeah, well, the number will be down below.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of hers at first. When I think when I heard her on Monster with Eminem and Jay-Z, that's who
Mhm.
was on Monster. I was or Kanye. Who's on
Yeah,
Monster? Yeah,
Kanye.
yeah, yeah. I was like, holy shit, this song is she is so good because
Yeah.
it wasn't any of the antics. It wasn't the costumes. It was just her. And I was like, oh shit, great. You got your props. You did this great, great. But now you're like, your music has not evolved.
Mhm.
Like that's the other thing. You are there's nothing wrong with being 40 and being a mother, but at some point your music has to reflect that. And I can't imagine that you're in the club popping pussy uh like after 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine that that's
W-
your life anymore.
We've spoken about this before about how the the whole thing, the whole notion of the whole of being hood and never
Yeah.
wanting to get out. You know, like it's one thing if that's how you are now and you're working your way out. Like, like 50 Cent's not hood, you
Yeah, he
know?
can be.
He can be, but
Yeah.
he's not anymore.
Yeah.
Like
It lives in him.
it lives in them. But the same with rock stars. Once they've made the money and they've gotten out, they're not in a garage anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, the other
they're
thing
taking care of themselves, and
and
their music reflects it too.
yeah. And the other thing about that is, okay, let's think about this. Like compared to when Nicki came out, compared to when Cardi and Megan are now out and the other rap girls, a lot of them have had to learn stage presence, have had to incorporate choreography because that's what made them the whole entire like anybody coming up in any industry right now
Yeah,
needs to have has to be so multifaceted. It's not even funny. Like we cannot compare to that.
I think to me it's more of a frustration of on interviews. It's like, oh, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm I don't do that, and then on the other side, you are rapping as if you do that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then it's like, so you're right, it's like a growth of the music quality and what you're the product that you're giving us
I mean,
that isn't showing.
I'm just gonna say this. Okay. She should not have married that man.
Yeah.
Okay. The people that were once in your circle are no longer in your circle,
Was his
girlfriend.
name
Like,
Kenny Petty?
are no longer in your circle, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, they are, like people always want to compare themselves to Beyonce, but like, I don't know about you. I've never seen Beyonce basically shade new pop stars, R&B or whatever, like shade them and be
Mhm.
like, people need to give me my flowers and people are out to get me. She, you know, she hasn't won album of the year. She's not out here talking about people like
Yeah.
people are after me. They're like, that is not what's happening. She like the great like that right there shows maturity, shows a level that you reach in when you've been like longevity. It screams longevity, professionalism, it's welcoming, it's nurturing. And like, Nikki, did you like not go to that seminar? Was that not
Yeah.
a seminar that you went to?
Like, at this point in her career, she should definitely be working heavily on keeping that equity
Yes,
that she's built
but
with her celebrity. But yeah, when she does things like this, where she disses the next generation of performers that are coming out, and oh, like whether
it's
you're saying it
loser
or not, yeah,
behavior.
it's loser behavior for somebody that eh, shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Like, let's just be honest. Like, what are you having feuds for? If you are at that point in your career, you shouldn't have such a long section in your feuds category on Wikipedia. Like, I was trying to scroll down to the recent part to try to like read a little on what they put on there, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much scrolling to get past the feuds.
Yeah, and it
Like,
takes
what
away
is up with that?
and it takes away from the music. I mean, granted, her last couple albums and this song not the best, but it takes away from this legacy that she's trying to protect, which is gone already, which is unfortunate
Yeah,
because it's just another example of how even men in hip hop, they're like, look at everything that Kanye West has done, but people will still remember his music.
yeah.
They'll remember the music and then be like, man, but that's fucked up because he did XYZ and I can't fuck. But with Nicki, it's always gonna be she was a hating ass, old ass. Like that's what the legacy is gonna be, and that's what's fucked up
I,
about it.
I also feel like the feuds aren't even like
Good
there's like
feuds.
nothing like you remember watching those like underground mixtapes of like
Yeah.
old school feuds of like Ludacris and Mace
Yes.
or like Jay-Z.
It's just one sided.
Yeah, it's like nobody's waiting for the documentary about why Nicki Minaj and Cardi B don't like each other. Like there's
It
no level.
gives
So like to me it's like you don't even have an interesting
no,
feud.
and it also gives pick me because you're out here saying that Nikki is out here telling her fans by keeping silence are allowing her stance to be go above and beyond
Yeah.
doing the most, putting themselves in jeopardy for what? Like that's weird. You would never. And then to even associate a terrible track like, you know, dark time in another performer's life, which by the way, Rihanna, isn't that supposed to be your friend? Like you're basically saying that this lady's looking for a Rihanna moment.
Yeah, how
And basically, but trying to make it a compliment sandwich of some sort by saying because Rihanna didn't need to talk about it and da 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 and all this other bullshit. I'm like, yo, you're wild. Like, why would you even say that?
and why would you bring her in general? Like what
She minding her business.
who does that?
She's minding her business.
I mean, if you want to talk about an example, Rihanna doesn't start nothing with nobody.
She like
She don't do
I
nothing.
Nikki is old enough to come from the school of don't talk about it, be about it. And she has not been about it. And it is true. She's been out, she needs to fire her whole team
I-
because how has it been that you've been in this game this long and you do not have endorsements, that you do not have clothes? Why aren't you walking in clothing stores? Why weren't you the face of Fendi? Why you are destroying relationships and you don't even know why, for what? Who cares? Do you really want to be a 50-year-old rapper? No, I would imagine that you want that once you had your child, music would have taken a break and you would have went into acting because you were in some way. You would have went into designing. Like you would have went into something besides arguing with these young ladies who
yeah.
are minding their business and doing
I
their
mean,
jobs.
honestly, the type of talent that Nicki Minaj does hold as a personality is pretty nuts that she isn't doing something with it aside of rapping, you know? Like, I can see her hosting a talk show.
I
In
can't. But okay.
but like if had she not taken the route she's in now,
Right.
you know, like had she taken a more positive
Right.
and helpful route to artists and other people,
Right.
I can see her being on a personality of some sort like that. You
Right.
know, you're right. Why isn't she the face of some brand right now?
Right.
It,
She's the face of the hate eating brand, and I don't want to
like
be a part of that. I might have to drop my name. I might have to just go by Trends.
like oh my gosh,
Obviously, I might have to.
just so you don't get put in with the algorithm, right?
Yeah, it's shit, bro.
Oh my
We
gosh.
don't even
Oh my
spell it the
gosh.
same.
Is she changing her name again, folks?
Oh my god, I'm like Prince or Diddy. Ooh, I don't want to be like Diddy. Gross. Anyway, yeah. So the moral of the story is to our fellow millennials.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't tarnish your legacy.
be chill. You know, don't be judgy.
Build that equity on your name.
And you know, just be welcome into the youngins. Be
Yeah.
welcome. Be how you wish the older generation would have been for you.
I mean, they have to take care of us later,
Yeah.
right?
They're opening up job opportunities for us.
Yeah, right.
Like, let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Okay. If you guys want to catch up with us, you can hit us up on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube at Bubble Bath Stories.
You can find me. I got no time for this on Instagram.
Ooh, my bad. You can find me at Nicky Trendz on Instagram.
And
You have to learn. You have to learn this stuff.
I said it.
No,
I got no time.
The next line after me is.
And if you want to if you want to buy any of our cool merchandise,
there you go. You can
get it at Bubble right here at bubblesbathstories.co.
Bubble Bath
That's
Stories.
what I said, at bubblesbathstories.co.
And if you want to give us a compliment or feedback, especially on this episode, you can call us. The number is down at the bottom. Oh my God, we have so much homework to do. You need to learn the outro. I need to remember the number. Guys, all right, we're going to let you guys go. We have so much work to do. Till next week. Bye.